there it is. There it is. Yeah, wild glitch in the Matrix. We started this once. And didn't work. Well, I mean, I was talking. Y'all could hear me talking. Couldn't see my face, which is looking quite old and weathered. It's the hair. If my hair is not perfectly in place, I age about 30 years. It's like sticking up. It needs to be cut. There's no product in it. You see, if I would have put my Dapper Dan in today, I'd have used half a can of it. And I just can't do that. I touched on it in the free podcast. It's like I just got to get it cut. So that's supposedly going to happen today. I see Amy is here. Amy, notorious for running marathons like in every country of the world. Let you in on a little secret, young lady. I ran yesterday for the first time in months. More than likely, if I make this a habit, I'm going to be injured and in pain from my arthritic knee. But I was walking along the road, listening to some music. I was listening to I was listening to Stevie Ray Vaughan. Welcome back, Stacey Bobasi. And then I went into some Bob Seger, and I was like, you know what? I just feel like running. I just feel like moving. Chris is here. He knows a thing or two about running. He runs like a marathon every other week. So my nice walk turned into a joyful, sauntery type of light jog with teeny tiny steps. No real impact, but at a faster pace than walking. And I ran for about, 90 seconds, maybe 2 minutes. Then I walked a little bit more. I jogged a little bit more. And then I walked a little more, and then I jogged a little more, and then I went home. All told, I bet you I ran about a third of a mile. Maybe 0.4 miles. And not out of breath or anything like that. It wasn't that type of run. And no worse for wear, I would be optimistic and say, who knows, maybe I'm coming back. But there's no. I saw the x-ray. It's bone on bone. It's not great. In fact, if Pooh Bear found out that I was running, I would be in trouble. Aram is here, one half of Team Asperger's, and he wrote, he got a little burst of tenergy, which I haven't heard that term in a long time. Thank you. That's a good callback. Chris's marathon schedule puts me to shame, says Amy. Chris says GR half. You're going to run the GR half. I think I did that in about an hour 27 at my best. Somewhere around there, maybe an hour 28. I'm not sure which one it was, but I averaged like 6:58 for the whole fucking thing. I used to go on lung-burning runs. Like just in the middle of summer, I would wander over to the track where it's black asphalt. And I'd have a cooler full of plastic bags of ice. And it was like 90 degrees, high humidity. And then I would bite a little hole in the corner of the bag, of the ice bag, plastic lunch bag, put it under my hat and put my hat on. And then I'd run repeats while the ice would quickly melt and cold water would just pour down my face. And oh my God, you would not believe how much that if I didn't do that, I could have died. and just killing the repeats. Mile repeats, half-mile repeats, quarter-mile repeats, again and again and again. I weighed probably 149 pounds soaking wet, just ripping through the course like a goddamn madman. Now I weigh 190 pounds. Fuck me. But I got free dad hugs. Yeah, free dad hugs. Oh, free dad. Did you guys hear that Mandisa died by fat? Do you remember Mandisa? I was tipped off to this by Amanda. I don't know if this is the same person, but I thought someone else died of fat too. And it might have been Mandisa. You're like, who the fuck is Mandisa? Mandisa was on American Idol the same time that, what's that guy's name who won it that Diana went crazy over? What was that guy's name? Taylor Smith? Taylor Swift. Taylor something. Taylor Hicks. Taylor Hicks. Woohoo! Oh, look at him. That was the great class because you had Chris Daughtry, Taylor Hicks, Swift, and there's a couple of... Anyway, she was super heavy. She's super big. And then I think there was... After the show, it was even worse. And then she started to get her life to get back together, and she lost a ton of weight. But I guess it wasn't enough. She died of obesity. She died April 19th. I don't remember talking about this. Or if I did, I don't know. It's just the story just started to circulate that the cause of death was just revealed. And it said she died of class 3 obesity. I'm not sure, the parameters of that. Obviously, class 1 is maybe not as heavy. Who knows? But anyway, so that was ugly. That was bad. Parameters for class 3 obesity are a BMI over 40, a BMI over 35 kilograms per meters squared, combined with one or more serious obesity-related conditions. That could be like heart disease or something. Or being at least 100 pounds over one's ideal body weight, according to Obesity Medicine Association. So what they're saying is, if she wasn't fat, she wouldn't have died. So now Amanda's on the warpath. There was someone else who died. I think it was My 600-Pound Life celebrity or something like that. Somebody from it. And so, yeah, I think that might have been it. But she wrote, "Oh, my God, I'm not eating anymore. American Idol alum Mandisa, cause of death revealed." So, I guess she's going to change her ways. Good. That's fantastic. That is great news. Ben writes, "I just listened to yesterday's Patreon. I would be willing to do a Zoom show with the Ben and Eric people while you're away." Okay. Now, by the way, speaking of Andrea being the celebrity that she is in my book, the talent that she is in my book, still stand by that. She heard it, and I guess I called her a stooge at one point. So she wrote, "Stooge, stink magnet." I do like what you said about my confidence. That made sense. Well, the whole thing made sense. Biggest reason I haven't started my podcast is because I don't have the confidence that I know what I'm doing. Exactly, and you don't. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. So that's... hold on a second. That's, if you don't know what the fuck you're doing, yeah, that's not going to be any good. So what we do is we surround you with an environment that all you have to do is be the blow-hearted asshole that you are. and I mean that in a good way. If you show me anyone on a podcast who's nice and sweet and boring, I'll show you a shitty show. Okay? You got to be able to capture the moment. You have to be able to describe things. You can't be afraid to take a stand. You got to go boldly, like she did the other day with her hot take. And it was stupid, but everybody was like wrinkling up their nose and they were reacting. And I was like, oh my God, this is a star in the making. She's blossoming right before our eyes. She was like, hey, we got to think about tradition when it comes to weddings. When it comes, you just put the piece of cake in somebody's mouth. There's all this talk about cake is making me hungry. And it was so dumb, but yet so good. Dumb. Something no one's thought about, no one cares about. But Amanda thinks that every wedding should be like how it is in her dumb brain. Like if you did a wedding that was in any way not as she just deemed it to be traditional, she'd judge you. How stupid is that? So I want Amanda to be on this show. And I was thinking, and I don't know what else. I don't know how else we can do this. Maybe I can leave it up. I mean, yeah, I just, if it's just Amanda, maybe it's Amanda running everything as she sees fit. Oh, no, I got two dogs in here. Hi, puppy. Hold on a second. I got to see what's up here. I think Pooh Bear, sometimes she leaves me hanging, and I want to make sure that she's still in the residence, you know.
Hello?
Hey there.
Yes.
Have you left the residence?
Huh?
Oh, you haven't left yet? Okay. I just want to...
Okay.
There you go. So, are you about to walk out the door?
No, I'm still getting ready.
How much... don't back up. How much time till you...
I'll let you know. I'll text you.
Okay.
Dry my hair.
All right. Never mind. I just didn't want you to leave like yesterday because Bruce got into all that shit.
They went out. They just let them out.
Okay. Thank you.
There was a monster in Maddie's room, evidently, because she was. Did you hear her?
No. They can't hear you. I'm sorry. It's I'll catch up to you later.
Okay, see you. Bye.
Okay. So, sorry, the dogs came in and completely distracted me. Did you say Andrea? Oh my God, I guess I did say Andrea. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Amanda is what I meant to say. Anyway, the cake. Stevie says I really miss running. Stevie says he was a handsome devil for sure. I don't know who the fuck you're talking. Oh, Taylor Hicks. Yes. I remember you took a stool joke on Freebird Hot Wings. That was terrible. It's a great joke. Shut up. LOL, Ben would be so awkward running the show. It would be amazing. Chris says she needs to be the Zane of the show. Yes. Bold, dumb, willing to say whatever the fuck. Nice and sweet and boring equals bad. Exhibit A, Maitland. Oh my God, Maitland is the worst. But they love her. They love that useless kid. All right. Now I can't. I'm going to have to put my thinking cap on a little bit more about the logistics of the easy is away. What do you call it? Amanda show. Amanda Show! Amanda Show!
I'll fuck his ass with my dick.
Okay. The fuck?
I'm gonna fuck his ass with a beer bottle. I'll fuck his ass with my dick.
To the candy.
I'll fuck his ass with my dick.
What the fuck? This is a drop. A lot of these I don't remember. Justin Retard Laugh.
Ick.
Trump Bible.
Big fraud. Everyone knows it. Everyone knows it. Everyone knows it that comes to my house. They say, you love the Bible. There's Bibles maybe everywhere, actually. There's Bibles in the bathroom. Big fraud. These folks, they love it. They love it. There's bathroom Bibles. You wouldn't believe the kitchen Bible. Probably the best Bible, actually, is the loft. I've got a wonderful loft with a great Bible in there. I mean, everyone knows Big Fraud. It's probably the best book ever written, and I'm the biggest fan.
Okay. So let me chew on that bone for another day. We have plenty of time. If you have like an idea of what we can do for the I think now at this point we go Ben and Amanda. Ben and Amanda Patreon podcast. Okay? Ben and Amanda Patreon podcast. Featuring Ben and Amanda. Ben and Amanda in the morning. So all Ben would have to do, I'm kind of like just talking myself through this right now. So let's say Ben would Zoom Amanda in live and then would send the link to all of you the same way I do. And then he would just have you all come in and he would fuck the whole thing up. And then he'd laugh and it'd be hysterical and it'd be awkward. And then they would, I don't know, just like topics things that they can talk about, things that they can discuss. Yeah, I guess. Maybe that's where we break out the wheel of sex. Amanda's wheel. Amanda, you can have your wheel and you can spin your wheel of sex. We could play Bet on Amanda to change things up. Ben needs to get the trivia questions. Okay. Maybe Amanda can show one of her titties. No, I'm totally kidding. We can't do that. I mean, I would say this. I would rather see Amanda's titties over Ashley's. Because who hasn't seen boobies before? Whatever. Okay, yeah, your boobies, great. But Amanda has something that can't even be called boobies. Boobies can be defined as something that could be pert, firm, high beams. Amanda has things that can't be described as boobies. They can only be described as like gazongas or jugs or, scuds, lung protectors, bazoombas. I mean, they're ridiculous. They're just so crazy big. She could put like 5 dicks in between those things. Torpedoes, I don't even know if that's accurate because torpedoes are long and cylindrical. Hers aren't. They're just, Bob says missile tits. No, because again, that's a long thing. It's got, they look like, every year there's always somebody who grows a pumpkin that knocks on the door of the Guinness Book of World Records. that type of melon. You know, like if we got a couple of backhoes and lifted her up, like by the legs and her arms, so that they were hanging down, we could like do one of those. You could punch them like a fucking Rocky on the speed bag. That's how big they are. They're ridiculous. They're ridiculous titties. Sorry, that mic was up, giving me a lot of background noise, and I just don't want that. I have an update on, well, not really an update, but I think that the updates may be coming in. More and more people are starting to catch wind of Kent Trail's asshole, the cyclist with the yellow hat, yellow shoes that we talked about on the free podcast. And someone threw a name out there. I know who that is, and then gave a name and then said, he owns this. And right away, I was like, oh, my God, let's out him. And then I went, no, don't do that, because a lot of times internet sleuths do that, and they're wrong. Okay? And that makes it messy. You got to wait until you've got a visual on the target. You know, you got to cross-reference. You can't just take any name and run with it like some kind of an asshole, because you might be fucking up somebody that has nothing to do with it, you know? So I'm waiting on that, but I'm seeing a lot of, not just with me, but I'm seeing on a lot of different other places, they are talking about this guy. And so fingers crossed that we find this fucker out and we fuck him up. Honestly, when people say, yeah, I don't know if I like this type of justice. It's like, what? It's trading information. He doomed himself. Okay? He doomed himself, whoever this person is, when he did that. You can't treat somebody like that. Come on now. No, I fully support cancellation of this type. See, remember when people say, yeah, man, I'm against cancel culture. Oh, yeah. Cancel culture sucks. You can't ruin people's life. Bullshit. No, I love cancel culture. I think it's great. That's the way it goes. Chris calls it free market solutions. We all know that. If you're ready to take that step to make a free market solution and help this cause out, well, that's a wonderful thing. Who could possibly argue with that? As you know, occasionally, people make free market solutions. Like this one. Oh boy, I don't even know if I have it already. Yeah, here we go.
Hi, my name is Kristen Megan Kelly. I'm the veteran, and I'm the veteran. I believe I've called and left a message earlier today. I'm the veteran. I'm just trying to get some feedback from whoever would be in charge. I'm the veteran in making the decision to...
The hell? I think my program just crashed on me. That program made a free market solution with your old pal EZ.
Hi, my name is Kristen Megan Kelly. I'm the veteran, and I'm the veteran. I believe I've called and left a message earlier today. I'm the veteran. I'm just trying to get some feedback from whoever would be in charge. I'm the veteran in making the decision to sponsor the Eric Zane podcast. I'm the veteran. I am the mother. I'm the veteran of a child that he spoke about on his podcast. I'm the veteran in a sexual manner. I'm the veteran, including sex acts that he wants my veteran to perform.
I do.
I have a sheriff involved. Several sponsors have already backed out. And I'm the veteran. I believe in nonviolent free market solutions. I'm the veteran, so I greatly support free speech. I'm the veteran, but this is not protected speech. I'm the veteran when discussing sexual acts of a veteran. I'm the veteran. It was an attack on me and my family, and I'm the veteran. It's one thing to have an opinion of adults, but again, it's not protected speech to speak sexually about a 7-year-old girl. I'm the veteran. If you would like to see the evidence, and I have seen on social media someone is messaging people to not talk about it. I'm the veteran, but they want your business to know that your name is slapped behind the screen when he's saying these things. I'm the veteran. You can call me if you'd like. My number is area code 405-694-8344. I'm the veteran, but I would really like to know if your business supports this type of rhetoric. It's area code 405-694-8344. I'm the veteran, and I'm the veteran. I would just like to hear back from you. Thank you very much for your understanding and your time. I'm the veteran. Thanks.
This is what got the ball rolling on that.
Thank you for all
I hope grandma one day walks in on this kid eating a vagina.
of your assistance and hope.
Okay, so that's the graphic way of saying I hope that that kid is gay. Because if you remember, grandma and that fat bitch KMK coached that stupid little kid to march in front of Joe Moss and say, thank you, Mr. Moss. We are the sheep and you are the shepherd. Thank you for protecting us from the groomers. Translation, gay people. So I said what I should have said. I hope one day grandma walks in on that kid eating a vagina. Still stand by it. That fat bitch tried to cancel me. She actually did. She was successful to some degree. Nothing that your old pal EZ can't handle, but at the end of the day, fuck off. I am seeing something that I don't know if I can condone, but somebody is throwing out a name on my Facebook post. I don't know if that is true. Period. You know what? I'm not even going to write that. I'm just going to hide his comment. This somebody wrote, gave a name of who it could be in speculative fashion. I heard it's so and so, and owns this, and didn't give the name. It's information that I had in my head that I wasn't going to share with you. He wrote it on my Facebook post. It's exactly what I was talking about. You can't just throw it out there like that. You know? Ladies and gentlemen, I have to share with you something that might be, it's got to be one of the most fun recipes. And I know it by heart, but I'm going to play you the video in a second. But first, I need to describe it. You get a watermelon, and it's like standing on one end. This guy has it in a stand, so it looks like, I don't know if you can see that. I think you can see that. Yeah. Okay. So it looks like that. It's standing on one end, and you see you cut the top off the watermelon. So this video is awesome because then he gets like a melon baller and he scoops out probably a cup's worth of watermelon balls and sets it aside. The rest of the watermelon, he scoops it out so that this watermelon is now hollow rind, like you could put something in it. There's a bunch of juice in the bottom. You pour the juice into a separate container, like a measuring cup, probably makes a cup's worth of juice. All right. Then he goes ahead in a large bowl and he combines the watermelon balls, two kinds of grapes, like purple grapes, green grapes, strawberries, cut strawberries, raspberries, blackberries, all in one bowl, all fruit, okay? And then he makes gelatin, flavorless gelatin. Just you can buy that shit in the baker's section of your of your store. And he makes a gelatin till it gets clear, and then it's going to start to solidify. So what you do is you also add some honey to it, a couple tablespoons of honey, and then pour the rest of that juice in there. And that's going to, eventually become your Jell-O. It's still warm enough. It's not going to solidify. It has to be in the refrigerator for several hours to become Jell-O. But then you take all that fruit and you put it back inside of the hollowed out watermelon. And then you pour in all of the gelatin, watermelon/honey flavored gelatin, into there, which fills all the open spaces in between all the pieces of fruit. And then you put the lid on top of the watermelon that you cut off to start, and you put it in the fridge for a handful of hours, and then you take it out. Okay? So some of this is going to review what I just talked about. But it doesn't matter because this is so fucking great, and I cannot wait to try this shit. There's our guy scooping out
balls here. Put this to the side. Scoop out all the insides of this watermelon. We are going to dump the juice directly into a cup. We're going to add this back. Look at how perfectly hollowed out this watermelon is. We're going to start by pouring all of our delicious fruit into a giant mixing bowl.
Oops, hang on. This volume's a little hot on me.
We got fresh chopped strawberries, green grapes, beautiful blueberries, red grapes,
love blueberries,
blackberries, and my kids' favorite, raspberries. Mix everything to combine. Now for our gelatin mixture, we're going to pour 2 cups of water into our bowl here. About 6 packets of gelatin. And we want to mix this around. Now that gelatin has bloomed, we're going to turn our heat on to a medium-high temperature. And we're just going to heat this up until the water turns clear and all that gelatin is dissolved. We're going to pour the gelatin into another bowl where we're going to mix it. We're going to sweeten with about 2 tablespoons of honey.
Just what I told you.
Give that a nice little mix. And now we're going to add our watermelon juice back in. And this is going to cool down that mixture. So when we add it into our watermelon, it's not going to burn the fruit. Mix this up for a good 20, 30 seconds. We're going to scoop our fruit back into our watermelon here. I think we have the perfect amount of fruit to fill this thing to the tippy top. Pour our watermelon Jell-O mixture on top of everything. We're going to put the hat back on our watermelon, pop this in the fridge for about 6 hours. This thing is done. Look at how beautiful that looks inside. We're going to go ahead and cut into this beautiful watermelon. The moment of truth, you guys. Look at how beautiful that looks. You can see all the fruit in there. We're going to go ahead and cut ourselves a slice and try this thing out. That looks beautiful. Let's try it out.
Get the fuck out of here.
That is delicious. You've got to make this.
I am absolutely going to make that. I want to make it right now. Oh, my God. Nick says, screw the Jell-O. Fill with sangria and get me a straw. Dump some vodka in there and give me a tiny umbrella. Well, you might be able to make this with booze, and it's like Jell-O. So you're eating this fruity Jell-O type of concoction. Does that make sense? I don't know. You all might have to experiment with that. But that sounds like something fun. Like, can you imagine if Jimmy wasn't such a derelict and he could come up with this shit if on date number 5 he did this with this chick that he's dating? How much fun that would be. He would so get laid. Oh, my God. All right. I love that. Just wanted to share that. Okay, where did we go? I've got so much to talk about, and it's like not enough time to do it. Okay, all right. Chris D. sent this along. This should be a story that I would like to get behind. in the Democratic Republic of Congo, the People's Democratic Republic of Congo. By the way, any country that calls themselves People's Democratic Republic of blank, where it sounds like it's all about the people, it's like the farthest thing from it. People's Democratic Republic of Korea. That's North Korea. It's like the least amount of rights of any country. And they think that if they put like a trumped up name on it, it like means that everybody loves the freedoms that they have there. So I don't know about Congo. But there is a guy there, a young man, who is the hottest rapper around. He has caught fire, and everybody loves him. And he's been able to overcome the fact that he is a deaf mute. Now, you need to know ahead of time that what I'm about to play for you, it sounds like shit. Essentially, here is take any rap beat and tell a young deaf mute man to make noise. And then they'll blend it together, and then everyone will fall in love with it. This guy, he's so popular. He's like the biggest rap star, well, in the People's Democratic Republic of Congo. But the word on the street is that he's blossoming and blowing up, and before long, everybody in the U.S. is going to be talking about him. But and everybody's like, "Oh, this is such a victory! What an unbelievable victory of an overcoming." By the way, Jeremy says a dead mute rapper. How could we go wrong? It's deaf mute, not dead mute. Stevie says, I think I saw this. And you didn't send it to me? Oh, come on. This is what I'm talking about. If you see a story, you got to send it to me. You didn't think that I would have a field day talking about a deaf mute rapper from the People's Democratic Republic of Congo? And you just like buzzed right by it? Eric, fuck Eric. Let him find this fucking story. I would not have seen this story if Chris hadn't been so kind to send it. Since you weren't kind enough to send it, thank God Chris was helping me out. Stevie says, "Oh, I thought it was fake." Sometimes, for a person who I think is pretty smart, you sure do dumb shit. All right. Let's get into this. His name is MC Baba. MC Baba, the deaf rapper from Congo who breaks barriers with his deaf hop. Here we go. On your mark. Get set. Here's a story we wouldn't have if it were up to Stevie. Let's check out MC Baba. What the fuck? This makes you think you're the shit fart from, who the fuck was that? Like the next Stairway to Heaven. This sounds like shit. Hold on, maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I should listen to it again. I like this guy better when they cut off his arms in Blood Diamond. All right. Stevie says, look, last time I sent you something, I got yelled at because it was fake. Then she says, no, I didn't see it. This is something else. Asperger brother Aram writes, he would get more stories if he paid people for sending them. No, I'm not going to pay anybody for sending me a story that they find interesting. Is that where we are in this? You're blurting out that I need to start paying people who send me stories to talk about? Good. All right. Thanks. You're so kind. So anyway, that sounds like fucking hell. And I hate that. And I can't believe that anybody is falling for this shit. That's the type of world that we live in. You can be someone like this who's doing this stupid song, and everybody's going to fall all over themselves talking about how great it is when it's not. He gets rave reviews because he's screaming out loud while there's a beat underneath him. That's horrible. Now, to be fair, it is as listenable. I would say that it's actually more listenable than some of the music that some of you listen to. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Nevertheless, I guess good on him. MC Baba, alive and well in the People's Democratic Republic of Congo. All right. There you go. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I, as usual, am appreciative of you. And thank you so much for being a wonderful audience on this Wednesday edition of the Eric Zane Show podcast. I'm off to see my physical therapist today. That's right. I'm going to wear my free dad hug shirt. I know that's going to result in a story. Okay. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you. Till next time, have a good one. Bye-bye. Hello to you all. Welcome in. So glad you are here. The Eric Zane Show podcast has begun on this Patreon edition, the 6th of June. I hope this all finds you well. Since the completion of the free podcast, I went ahead and was rooting around over on just, kind of getting a little bit more background information on what's going on with the Kent Trails bike asshole, seeing if there was any new developments on that. And I think this is telling. The dad who got smacked in the face and posted it on Sunday, and then all the hell has broken loose since then trying to track this fuck face down. Dad has deleted the post. Dad deleted the post on his personal page. He had posted it also to the local community Facebook page, like Granville Informed or something like that. It's gone. Which I think what's happening there is the guy is in some type of trouble, and it was suggested by the police to maybe take that down because in the event, or dad is just smart. It could be. I don't think it's anything subversive. I think that maybe they're just getting so much attention and the work is already done. The guy's been caught by the police. To what end would it be to leave it up there? And I'm already starting to see people who were commenting in various places, like doubting them, and I think maybe it could put them into an uncomfortable place, or perhaps even some type of peril, either mentally or physically, if this continues to percolate. That's what I think. You know, sometimes these things get out of hand, you know. Chris D, how do I keep it straight? Says advice from lawyers, maybe. Yeah, that's another thing. What if some wacko does something to Kent Trail's bike asshole, and then this family gets sued? I think that you're onto something there. And these don't seem like reckless people, dad and mom. There was one dick who said, yeah, I see you went and picked up your sunglasses before you checked on your kid. I wish I could see what was happening before the camera started rolling. Now you're getting that type of shit. What a fucking asshole. So that's that update. That's probably it. Anything else that comes about from this will be from other internet Bernie Getzes, vigilantes, doing their thing. But you know how it is. This will just kind of... I just want to find out who he is. Because I would love to be face-to-face with that guy and say, hey, you're the Kent Trails bike asshole, aren't you? And I would like me personally, like I would want to do that. You're not going to start your crazy shit and smack the fuck out of me, are you? Speaking of crazy fuckers, Doug over at Bosco's Pub, I forgot to tell you this story. Now, he's a moron. I say that with love. I'm saying that in a silly fashion. He's not a moron, but he is so... you see, when I get rattled or when something goes wrong at the restaurant, my ass isn't in the jackpot as much as Doug's is. Bob says, which Doug? Well, yeah, I know. Doug is Doug. Dougie is the second one. Dougie, I'll review this just so everybody's on the same page. Dougie is never referred to as Doug. Doug is Doug. Doug's the 57-year-old guy who's been shot, stabbed. He's a fucking felon. It's a miracle he has a liquor license. That's Doug. He's also a black belt in karate. He was a state champion wrestler, some shit, and football player and hockey player. And right now he's one of these. He's a 57-year-old old man strength, black belt in karate, power lifter. I'm not even kidding you. That's what this guy does. And let's cut to this story. Stevie says the one that can't do a rap correctly. Yeah, he's also a hothead. And I love fucking with him. It's great. It's awesome. It's one of my favorite things in the world. And I'm there, and I notice somebody who comes in. It's a friend of the family named Logan. Now, Logan is Jim and Jackie's age. They all graduated right around the same time. Logan graduated with Jim. Now, Logan was the star on the football team, and his habits of weightlifting have continued into adulthood. So he's 29 now. He's married. He comes in with his wife and his kids, and Logan has continued to grow. I mean, he's a fucking beast. And not an ounce of fat on him, I'm guessing Logan's about 5'11", 250 of just chiseled power. But he doesn't like show it. He wears really loose-fitting clothes. But he's an absolute ass kicker. I got a picture of him one time when he was in high school. Him and Jim were hanging out and with a couple other kids. And Madison, they had to watch Madison because I was leaving. And so they decided, they were like babysitting her. So before I left, they were already engaging her. And I said, you guys, you got to play with your sister. Okay. So it was like just for an hour. And I took a picture of them because they're all seated in a circle playing Barbies with Madison. It's a great photo. Amy says she's referred to Doug as Dougie before. No, you can't do that. You got to fix that. That's Doug. Or fuckface, as I like to call him. So, talking to Logan. And Doug comes over. I go, hey, Doug. This is Logan. Friend of the family, a lot of years. Logan, this is Doug. Hey. So these two titans. It's like that scene in, what was that movie? Schwarzenegger and Carl Weathers. CIA's got you pushing too many pencils, Dylan. Is it Dylan? Commando. No, not Commando. Predator. The one where, I love that fucking movie. Schwarzenegger, Apollo Creed, Jesse Ventura, and that bald black guy. Gonna have me some fun tonight. Gets his head blown off. That big dude, the Indian guy, Tonto. These two shake hands just like that. It's like, I look at Doug. I go, you know something? Yeah. I go, I bet you Logan here would beat your ass. And Logan just laughs. He doesn't have an angry bone in his body. Now, I don't know. I don't know who would win that fight. Probably Doug. Doug's a fucking animal. You know, he's like Wolverine. Chris says Billy the Indian guy. That's right. He died too. He put the war paint on his face and shit. Chris says, when is there going to be shirts on the website for the Ben Show? It starts in a few weeks. I don't know. Fucking hey, got me hanging. I'm in wonder too. Anyway, thanks for the having nothing to do with what I'm talking about question. Chris D, how do I keep them straight? I don't know. Anyway, as I was saying, we wander back and I'm making some fries. Now, all it takes to get Doug antsy is any type of rush, any type of pressure. Okay? Chris says, I'm so excited for this, LOL. Oh, I know. So am I. So we've got like a rush going on, but we're doing it. It's no problem. And I noticed that my fries, for some reason, they're not browning. They look really, really light to me. Like typically, if I pull fries out of the fryer, I like them not potato color. I like them to have a hint of golden in them. In some cases, I don't even mind if there's a degree of brown because just a little touch of crisp on the outside of the fry, in my opinion, just a bit of snap to it, ensures no sog. All right. Now, I'm not bullshitting you. This is like what I know customers like. They don't like, well, nobody likes soggy fries. And if your fries don't have a degree of golden color to them, after about 4 minutes, they're going to get soft. And you don't want that, man. You got to have some type of pop to that, some bite to it. It can't be like a noodle. So I'm looking at them. Now they're floating, which means they're done. I go, did you just recently change the oil on the fryer? He said, yes. I'm like, okay. And I said, I made the mistake of asking, do those look done to you? And we're in a rush. Now, all I want is I don't know, any answer better than what I got. But this dick goes, what do you want me to do? Taste them? Like, because they're in the, I'm like, and I just had to laugh. I just go, okay, never mind. Fuck you. What an idiot. He was telling me a story, too. This is the latest Doug when he was a felon story, because I'm not kidding you. The dude, we're talking about a beyond checkered past. Because he rides his motorcycle, he rides this crotch rocket all around town here in Hudsonville, Jenison. If you see him on Baldwin, no helmet, bald, Zubaz pants, and sneakers and a tank top. That is his riding attire. One of those Gold's Gym T-shirts that just barely hangs onto him, and he's jacked. He's got a gold pendant that's a barbell. I used to have one of those back when I was about 19. Doug's 57, 58. He's got a barbell for a chunk of gold on his neck. We're talking about riding motorcycles. He goes, yeah. I go, and we're talking about outrunning the cops. He goes, I've done that. I go, you outran the cops? He goes, no. No, I asked him, have you ever crashed on a motorcycle? He goes, yes. I did it one time when I was getting chased by the cops. I go, oh, shit. Okay, start from the beginning. So they were speeding, him and his buddy, and the cops start chasing him, so they take off, and they're up on what's known around here as the Ridge. There's a series of where the elevation increases dramatically, where all the orchards are. Gunner's Place is up there. Apple orchards, shit like that, fruit. Well, the roads twist and wind. And he says he's doing very well and quite far ahead of the cops. Unfortunately, a gravel truck had come through there and dropped some gravel on a turn, and he loses control of the motorcycle. The motorcycle goes up. It's not yet down, but it goes off of the side of the road, over the culvert, and there's an orchard. It hits the other side and bounces, and he goes flying off of the motorcycle. The motorcycle goes flying into the orchard. He's laying there on the ground. He's like, oh, fuck. He regains his senses. And I go, well, what happened? He goes, I got away. I go, did you get back on the bike? He goes, no. I go, did you run? He goes, no. I go, what did you do? He goes, I dove on the headlight. So the headlight's still beaming into the night towards the road. An idiot can hear the cops racing. He sees blue and red on the trees. He can hear them. And he fucking gets up, army crawls over to the bike and lays on the light. And he's hugging the fucking light. His body's all red because he's hugging the light, and he's like, oh, fuck no. And they drove right by and didn't see shit. And motherfucker dodges another bullet. If he doesn't dive on that light, He's in prison for extended time. Because he's like a felon. He's like, he was always fucking shit up back then. He's an idiot. What did I write? Bike guy. Okay, Doug. I wrote something else down. I do this all the time. I write a note and I can't read my writing. Oh, shit. It's embarrassing. Anyway, that's the guy who's selling you beers over at Bosco's Pub, the world famous Doug. I would be there tomorrow, but I have to be. You know what I have to do tomorrow? From 5 to 8, I have to be here in hopes that, well, they're scheduled to come. Xfinity, Comcast. The radio station, I have been for Q101, or I'm sorry, Q100. I get in this room every morning in my underwear at 10 minutes to 6. I record one of my segments. Takes a couple minutes. It's like a couple minute long segment, the open of the show. I then upload it and then it plays. I do not right now have the ability to turn on my microphone and go live on Q100 because there is some boring things that need to be taken care of with my internet. I need business class internet and a static IP address. So they're coming to do all of that for me on Friday. So I can't. That's bumming me out because I want to go work at Bosco's. And they have a new guy there, by the way, who is going to get the shit kicked out of him. There's a guy that works there right now who was fired or quit some time ago. And when he worked for Doug the first time, he was a problem. Somehow, Doug agreed to loan him like $5,000 for various legal issues and to get a car out of an impound yard. And I go, why did you do that? The other day, they were like, well, I think we need more help. Let's go and call this guy. And I'm like, and you're what? So they went and brought this guy back. And I cannot wait to work with this guy. We're gonna have some serious stories there because week 1, they were already ready to kill this guy. So I want to be there when the murder takes place. Bob says, so when the internet stuff is done, does that mean on the app we'll be able to see what song is playing? No, not at all. There's a boring reason for that. And too boring to talk about, but it won't. No, it's not going to change. You're going to have to rely on your morning DJ to give you what song is being played. Now, let us talk about Black Kenny or Blenny, the guy this guy. You know exactly who I'm talking about. The guy who got the whole license thing, Zoom, live, that face. Hey, he's driving without his license. Show up and turn yourself in. Oh, my God. We've talked about it. It was a great video, the first Zoom. Hey, I'm pulling into my parking spot right now. You don't have a license and you're driving. Yeah, your bail's been revoked. Come turn yourself in. And then like a week passes and he's making the rounds on local TV news saying, yeah, the world owes me an apology. I did have my license. It was their fault. It was someone else's fault. That's not true at all. This guy's a fucking liar. Okay? This fucking idiot. First of all, on one of the TV reports, they said, well, what were you thinking about when you went live on Zoom with no license? Well, I was worried about my wife. She needed medical attention. Yeah, we never saw the fucking wife. And then he's making a big deal about it. And yeah, my wife needed medical attention. That's the only thing I was thinking about. We never see the wife. We never hear the wife. And at the start, you said you had a doctor's appointment. So this guy's full of shit. All right, so that's one thing. But the story has taken yet another turn. He has been arrested again. Same judge involved. All right. Saga of man who appeared before a judge while driving with suspended license takes another wild turn. He's arrested again. I'm just going to go ahead and play you the clip, the most recent clip in court. The judge who we saw is this guy, Cedric Simpson. This is from court. Because he's arrested again. There's his attorney. He's in front of the judge. We're going to see and hear it all. Let's kind of try to pay attention and see what's going on here. Some of it is lower audio, so, you might need to give it a boost on your end. I'm pretty much as loud as I can be on my end. Let's check this out. Why can I not hear shit? Oh, I see. Oh, that's on me. That's on me.
I'll consider that withdrawn given the substitution and give him an appearance.
Okay, now this, you don't even need to hear this part.
Let me make it very clear, based upon what the court looked at, he has never had a Michigan license, ever, and has never had a license in the other 49 states and commonwealths that form up this great union. He has never had a license.
But how do we go forward? And that's why...
Yeah, we throw his fucking fat ass in jail. How do we go forward? This lying son of a bitch.
And that's why I'm here, to sort of minimize... You okay?
No, I'm fat. This guy's a drama queen. Oh, I'm hurting. You're a mess.
I'm here, to sort of minimize... You okay? Can he did get into an accident. May he sit down?
He got in an accident? He's driving again? This guy can't stop driving without a license. She just said he got in an accident.
May, okay. Can he did get into an accident. May he sit down? May,
everybody keeps revealing that this guy's driving. He got into an accident.
Please, Your Honor.
I don't know. Maybe he was a passenger. I don't know.
Part of the reason I'm also doing this is because I think he was warned and released, didn't take care of it.
He was warned and released. He didn't take care of it.
And secondly, this has been out there for 9 years.
This has been out there for 9 years. Okay, they're talking about another warrant out for his arrest. New information. We didn't know about this. He's had a warrant for 9 years.
Well, I did not know about it, Your Honor. Okay.
Counsel, there was not...
And nobody gives a shit. Whatever. The warrant, you can't go... We can't go in our time machine and take the warrant back. Arrest that fucker.
No doubt in my mind that that's true. I know.
Okay.
We'll see you in August.
Okay,
The
thank you.
is remanded on the Allen Park warrant.
So they arrested him again? Put your hands behind your back. Oh, he is fucked up.
So at this point, the bond will continue.
I like the shirt. He's wearing a shirt of a big hand with its fingers crossed. That's how this guy is getting by, hoping.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Jesus. Man. Boy, bad news for that guy. He looks like he's fucked up. I mean, I hope the guy didn't die, but he's just a fucking idiot. Holy shit. Chris writes, sir, he just worked a late shift as a pizza delivery guy. Can he sit down, please? I like Stevie goes, ow, my back. He really is Blenny. often injured. I don't want to say anything else on my jokes because I don't know how they'll be received. All right. So the judge said you got a bench warrant from 9 years ago. The shocking thing about it is it's for driving with his license suspended that he didn't take care of. So this has just happened his whole life. This person shows it's very confusing. In Michigan, a person can have suspensions on their driving record and also not have a valid driver's license. Whatever. I don't give a shit. All I care about is how this mess has been in front for the world to see. And this guy goes ahead and he's talking about how upset he is and how embarrassing it is and this, that, and the other thing and blaming everybody for all his problems. Now everybody's invested in it because he went, first of all, the first Zoom in which he was driving. How stupid are you? So this is a dumb fuck. All right? This is a stupid, stupid man. That first problem is ridiculous. And then to follow it up with making up some fairy tale about your license, which you've never had. And then that's the thing. The cover-up is always worse than the crime. Now, then, if there was any sympathy that people had for you, now they're like, well, you fucking dummy. Nobody likes that type of shit. And now, even more problems. And he's probably going to blame somebody else for his problems. And then the judge is like, dude, I don't know. I didn't make the rules. You got a bench warrant out for your arrest. You didn't take care of this shit. Do you know anybody like that in your life who is a stick their head in the sand guy or cover up their eyes and they hope that their problems go away? Oh, my Diana's brother, David, was like that. And you know who? And I know. You know what? I'm gonna. I almost said it, and I didn't. I know someone else like that, and I know this person well. And I'm gonna blue ball you. I'm sorry, but if I said who, I think there'd be a problem. So I'll just go ahead and talk about the dead. That would be Diana's brother. Oh my God. This guy, I think it went, he lost his job, couldn't pay his car payment. They're trying to get the money. And so he just avoided him. I think a lot of people do this. And then finally, this is when the Doobie Brothers, when Kevin and David were living together in Detroit. This is 8,557,000 that we did for those brothers that added to the list of things that they owe us for. Not just support, just in general what we've had to do because it's family. I was playing Call of Duty at my old house in Jenison. Dave's on the phone, and he says, hey, they're coming to get my car. They're going to take it. I have one last opportunity to pay what I owe for the car, to pay, get caught up. Can you help me? And I said, sure. And the bank actually said, no. And he gets the bank on. It's a conference call. And they're not patient at all. And they said, we don't, not only do you have to get it caught up, but you need to pay it off. Or no. It was, I said to Dave, I go, how much because he couldn't pay for it. So he's behind like 4 payments. And I go, how much does it cost to pay the whole fucking thing off? And it was like $7,000. It was a Jeep Cherokee. I go, okay, well, let's just buy the Jeep. Okay, let's just pay for it right now and be done with this. I want to get back to playing. It wasn't Call of Duty. It was Ghost Recon. So, because actually, Diana brought up, she goes, we should buy my brother's car. Just buy it and just be done with it. Okay, fine. Happy wife, happy life. So right then and there, made the transaction via the phone. It went through. Thank you. Okay, Dave, there you go. Okay, see you later. Thanks a lot. Yeah, you're welcome. Bye. Click. Fuck that shit. Ghost Recon. Let's get back after it. My God. Puts his head in the sand. It's like this clown. I don't think Kenny is the type to do that. Like, we call this guy Black Kenny because he looks like him, but he's black. Kenny did reveal on the show that someone was trying to collect money on him on a debt, and he said, fuck that, I don't give a shit, my credit's already bad. So I don't know, maybe he is a put your head in the sand guy. I don't want to say too much. Stevie says pool, hot tubs, Jeeps, mate. Mad what? Mad stacks of cash over at the Easy household. All right. Anyway, this guy's pathetic and embarrassing. I like to say, I make this a habit as often as I can, that you've been a wonderful audience. Even Hyper Chris, with his excitement of Ben and Amanda, Patreon podcast. Okay, that's my time. You guys are the best. I'll talk to you later. Till next time. Bye-bye. Hello, I love you. Won't you tell me your name? Hello, I love you. Won't you jump in my game? Yeah. So welcome in. Sorry, I was distracted. Just got across my inbox. In my inbox. I don't know why when I'm speaking right now I'm not making sense, but I don't think I am. I feel like I just started like rambling on and everything I'm saying is stupid. Never fails. As soon as I start the podcast, that's when I start getting like messages. Anyway. D-Day anniversary was yesterday. 80 years ago. God damn it. Stop texting me. The United States invaded Nazi-occupied France. Normandy Beach. Incredible moment. Paratroopers coming in one particular area, and then other beaches, like there was Gold Beach and Normandy Beach, and I forgot the name of the other beach. All sorts of ships sending amphibious craft. Incredible amount of life lost, but still they pressed on. These are like 18, 19, 20-year-old men. Young men. The majority of them that age group. Think about that. In all of the years since then, in the 80 years and one day since then, there hasn't been Omaha Beach. That was another one. There hasn't been anything like it. I mean, we had, of course, plenty of firefights in the jungle in Vietnam, and probably the biggest would be the Tet Offensive. That period of time, when the aggressors of Viet Cong attacked U.S. Army bases in Southeast Asia. Outside of that, there's been I don't know about any battles on the Korean Peninsula that took place to the magnitude of what we saw in World War II. Probably not. I'm just speaking out of school here, but I would guess because D-Day was so huge. You must watch the film Saving Private Ryan. Based loosely on a true story, but not entirely. It doesn't matter, though. It was a fantastic piece of work. Fantastic film. That's the one where the old-timers watch, especially the opening scenes of which take place on Normandy Beach on D-Day, that the old-timers who were actually in the battle were like, that's pretty much what it was like. It was that accurate. Chris writes, I saw the saddest pictures from that invasion on Facebook. The one person looked to be about 14 at most, with a gun ready to fight. Jeremy says the Band of Brothers D-Day episode was also great. Yeah, that was another good one. Another a fantastic series called The Pacific. You might want to look into if you're into those types of that type of viewing, I guess, for lack of a better term, which was based on the war in like Guadalcanal and all in that theater where we were taking on the Japanese. Think about that. We were at that time fighting two major wars. We were trying to end the Nazi occupancy of Europe on one front, and then on the other front, we're fighting against Japan. And this is only, I don't know, less than 20 years from the end of World War I. So you had the World War I, then World War II, and then, roughly how much time? I think World War II ended in 1945. By the 50s, we're involved in Korea. And then by the late 60s, Vietnam. That's not much time in between any of those campaigns. In fact, I think the longest amount of time between those campaigns was between World War I and World War II. Vietnam ends. That was what, 1970s? I don't know what year, maybe, that we actually left Saigon. Rob's getting ahead of me on my point. This is hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the Rob Show. He says now World War III is stalled in Ukraine. Sure wished I could have said that. I'm kidding. How would you know what I'm going to do? Kidding. Relax. Sound like Freebird. I'm kidding. But you make a good point. But back to what I was saying before. So, you think about mid-70s, and then you go on to like 1990, Kuwait. In between, I don't know, we had some conflict in Panama. Maybe? Wasn't there something in Grenada? Minor things. From 90 to, I don't know, 01. 9/11. In between, the fuckers tried to blow up the Trade Center once and failed. That ends in humiliation, with Afghanis hanging on to giant planes. I will never forget the sight of that. Those fuckers going, oh, God, don't leave. The Afghani citizens. So now we have, as Rob pointed out, the United States at war with Russia. We're like on the verge of World War III, but not in a war. Isn't that crazy? With Russia, and then what's going on in in the Middle East and with China. Holy fuck. And to think, out of all that fucking time, the longest period of time without warring was, I still think, is World War I, World War II. That time period. That's ridiculous. Why am I bringing all this shit up? Well, because Bleeding Heart... Whoops. Can't have that. Bleeding Heart Brian sent me a couple of clips off of TikTok. And... wow, this first one is, let's see, on D-Day yesterday, 80 years prior, there was this one dude who jumped out of a plane and his parachute's coming down. There's hundreds of other parachutes coming down. Half the guys that are falling to the ground are dead already because the Nazis are shooting at them from the ground. So they're on parachutes and they're shooting their way down. They're shooting their way into France. Well, this one fucker, a 17-year-old dude, I don't know what his name is yet. I might figure it out here in a second. 80 years later, he's still alive at 97. And what did he decide to do? I think you know where this is going. He parachuted in to Normandy Beach to the exact same spot where he landed 80 years earlier. Oh my God. The balls on this guy to commemorate this moment that put the Nazis on the run. 97 years old. We're going to watch that right now. That's not it. It's not even close to it. That's a child. That's coming up in a second. You're going to love that. All right, this is bad. This is really bad. Because I just did a huge setup for this. And I don't even know if I can get it now. So this is breaking my heart. Oh, no. Okay, hold on a second here. There's got to be a way to make this happen. Aha, I found it. I hope. I don't know if I did. Oh, shit. Okay, there he is. My man. He's right there. Now, he's not this guy looking at the camera. He's next to him. He is going to do a tandem jump. So that's like the type of jump when the one guy is there and then the other guy is like on his back. So let's watch this and just soak it in. You know? There he is. 97, jumping out of an airplane. They should have like really made it authentic and had like a bunch of krauts on the ground shooting at him. Okay, now here's the big landing. Look at that.
You okay?
He goes, yeah, I'm okay.
We're okay.
My man, look at this guy. He's like, let's get some pussy. So he's a ranger. He's got his ranger gear on. The other rangers are there. That's what those fucking rangers do. They're not of this earth. Okay, they jump out of airplanes and kill people. That's what they do for a living. This guy looks like he's in pretty ripped, this old timer. Like he could probably still kill all those people there.
Nobody got hurt.
Bravo, guys. Bravo.
There's I don't know, this lady right here who looks to be about 100. That's probably like his granddaughter.
You look good. You look great. Yeah. Woo!
This guy's gonna get so much tail.
It's okay? Everything is okay?
I hope that I've got that type of strength when I'm 97 years old. That's what Rob indicates. He said he looks so young. Let's see. Stevie says, no, thank you. Jeremy says they even got period correct planes to do it. Yeah, he looked great. He looked great. They don't make them like that anymore. That's what you say. Yeah, they don't make them like that anymore. All right. There's another one I wanted to show you. Similar D-Day ceremony. Normandy Beach. This guy, same thing. He was there on the beach, though. He wasn't like the one jumping out of the airplane. He was on the beach. And he is going to describe to you what he saw, what he felt in this 1 minute TikTok. Now, for those of you that still, for some reason, listen to Free Beer and Hot Wings, I know this isn't like the TikToks that you're used to on their show. Usually they'll play like some girl who just learned a new dance. Not here. I actually want to do pertinent shit surrounding the D-Day invasion. I wish I'd have had this yesterday on the actual D-Day, but I didn't. That's my bad. Thank you, Brian, for sending it along, and to anybody who sends me material. I appreciate that.
To me, it looked like every ship and boat in the world was right out there.
Dead bodies are already Washington Shore.
This is more than one person. His name's Dick Rung. Dick Rung speaking. Okay, now you may notice he has the hat on that indicates June 6, 44, he was there. Now, you know that sometimes when I talk about veterans wearing hats and telling you that they're a veteran, World War II guys, they get a pass. Any of the old timers, they get a pass. All right? The young ones,
sure.
I'm not really sold on that shit. All right, if they were in combat, you know, with body parts all over like these guys, for fucking sure. But, you know, the dickhead who lives down the street, who, you know, was in the Army and he worked at a desk in Pittsburgh, fuck you.
Was right out there.
Dead bodies were already Washington Shore when I got there.
And I was in the first wave with 90mm gun. You don't know what we're seeing, really. They were all 18, 19 years old.
It says we're all 18, 19 years old.
You know? Never even made the beach.
Talking about all the dead people who never made the beach.
And it was loaded, believe me.
All we were doing was very dangerous work with low-level dive bombing and strafing. It was nothing but devastation when I saw it that time.
Were you scared?
Oh, what a horrible question. That's the best you can come up with? Were you scared? Think about what you just asked that man. Were you scared? I'd even let you get away with, what were you thinking about? You know, I would assume you were thinking about getting a safety. Some might say my kids or my wife or my mother. But were you scared?
Oh,
That's what made it incredible. Of course they were scared. They were all scared, and they worked under that. They still did it. You fucking idiot. Here you have an opportunity to sit down with someone whose time is probably down to days, weeks, or months. World War II veteran, invaded Nazi-occupied France this exact day, 80 years earlier, and your fucking Krantz haircut ass can only come up with, were you scared? Jesus H. Christ.
Scared? Oh, yeah. As you
He wants to say, you stupid bitch.
approach the target, the bombs would be going off around you. I hope I don't have one with my name on it.
I think probably this will be my last trip to Europe. But all my buddies are gone.
Oh.
All my buddies are waiting for me up there.
My man. So he's predicting either he's just not going to go or he's got, this is it. Wow. That is something. Thank you, Brian, for sharing that. Kenny writes, all those young guys down the street that never saw combat likely drive an ugly yellow Jeep with veteran AF plastered all over it, right? Remember those pictures I sent you? That's right. I do remember seeing that. Some clown had a yellow Jeep with, I'm veteran AF. God. Holy shit. Jeremy says, there are so many questions I'd ask this hero. Were you scared is not one of them. So I'm trying to put myself in the shoes of her, of what I could ask these people. I don't know. Off the top of my head, I don't even know where to begin. And I think that I might even just say that. Words fail. What do you ask somebody who did that? I, for the life of me, putting myself on the spot, don't find. I'll have to think about that. I haven't had time to think about it. She did. I think if I was given some time to think up a decent question, I could. But think about it. You know, you really. That's a difficult thing to do, is come up with something pertinent. If anyone in this chat can come up with what would you ask them? I wonder. Being an idiot, I would say, how much pussy were you able to get based on what you did on this beach 80 years ago? Nick says, my jaw dropped in Saving Private Ryan, and as soon as the landing craft door dropped and everyone in it was shot. Yeah, when I get done with this show, I'm going to watch that fucking scene again. Boy, does it go on. Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks is in that. And Barry Pepper was a terrific role in that. And the late, he was in Black Hawk Down, and he just died. And he was kind of like shamed his last several years of his life. He's another actor. Vin Diesel was in that movie. Matt Damon was in that movie. I don't know if Ben Affleck was in that movie. Bryan Cranston was in that movie, in a small part in that movie. What was that guy? He was in Black Hawk Down and Saving Private Ryan, and he's dead. Tom something. Sizemore, that's it. Tom Sizemore. He was awesome. He was great. He played a great part in that movie. All right. So there we go. Where do we go now? Oh, this is funny. There's a couple of funny clips that are going around. This is one from D-Day and the president is in France with his wife and the president of France, Macron, is that his name? And Macron's wife. Now, this is kind of self-explanatory here as to what is going on, but what it appears to me, well, let's just watch it first, okay? They're playing taps to honor the dead. And everybody is faced one direction, including the presidents and their wives and all these old timers who are doing the military salute behind the president. And watch what happens.
So that was from.
Okay. Now, if you're just listening to this, you don't know what the fuck is going on. But like I said, everybody's faced the same way. And then every time Biden moves an inch, he looks confused. He turns slowly, confusedly, the opposite way. So he's now looking back at the old timers. And then his wife's like, what the fuck are you doing? And then Macron and Macron's wife are kind of like, what the fuck are you doing? And then they turn with them, but they don't really want it. It's all reluctant and weird. This is hysterical. Jill Biden's like, no, dickhead, no. Macron. Oh, no.
So that was.
Okay, tell me there's an explanation here. That it can't be that he's just fucked up, right? Like there's got to be a flag that they're supposed to be looking at there, but it just looks weird. Something's wrong. Either way, it's just everything about this fucker. It's like, what now? Jeremy writes, Macron's wife looks like she's getting makeup tips from Donald Trump. Linda says the song Taps gets me every time. Oh, yeah. Nick calls him a goddamn stooge. Now, wait a minute here. Hold on a minute. Yes, but I don't know if this is right. I think that I don't really believe that he's lost and looking the wrong way. In my heart of hearts, he's probably looking the right way. It just looks weird. It's funny, though. It is funny. Okay. Oh, shit. I want to show you this. While I was seeing that, I wanted to show you this, too, for no particular reason. This is what it looked like at Pellerito's house for the I Hate Eric Zane party. Which, by the way, that's got to be happening again. You know? That was fantastic. What you saw there. And if you're just listening to this, it's a funny-ass video of these two fat chicks falling down steps. It's ridiculous. Sorry. It's kind of like a catch-all today at the Patreon bonus podcast. Let's see. What else did I want to get to? I got to my veterans. Okay. Talked about that. Thank you to Stevie for sharing something that is, she wrote, this is creepy as fuck. She saw it on TikTok. It is a public service announcement for that is an anti-drunk driving video. Public service announcement. Okay? And the setting is this little girl who, it's such grainy video, it looks like a dude wearing a dress, but it is a little girl. And holy shit, she's in heaven. She was killed by a drunk driver. Here we go.
I'm Wanda June, and today was going to be my birthday. But I was hit by an ice cream truck before I could have my party. I'm dead now, and I'm in heaven.
If I worked on my old show, Free Beer and Hot Wings, you can be rest assured I would pull the clip of the kid saying, I'm dead now and I'm in heaven. And it would show up at the most awkward times ever later on. I would pull that for future use.
Party. I'm dead now, and I'm in heaven.
You can just picture that. I would use that for evil.
Party.
It would be like, we'd be talking, there'd be a serious story where that does not have any laughter in it. Maybe, I don't know, a kid's missing, and you'd hear,
Party. I'm dead now, and I'm in heaven.
And then I'd be fired.
You see, that's why my parents didn't pick up the cake at the bakery. Oh, I'm not mad at the ice cream truck driver. Even though he was drunk when he hit me. It didn't hurt much. It wasn't even as bad as the sting of a bumblebee. I'm really happy here. You know, I'm glad the driver was drunk. If he hadn't have been, I might never have got to heaven for years and years and years.
So the setting is a carnival. There's fucking Ferris wheel and merry-go-round.
I would have had to go to the high school first, and then to beauty college, and I would have had to get married and have babies and everything. Now I can just play and play and play. Everybody up here is happy.
Okay, so now, this is fucked up. Okay? I would say that if I saw this, I'd be more likely to actually purposely get drunk and drive because this is so disturbing. But then they take it to a new level with more of this dialogue from this weirdo Satan child.
The animals, the dead soldiers, the people who went to the electric chair and everything. Nobody's mad. We're all too busy playing shuffleboard.
Dead soldiers and people who got the electric chair?
So if you think of killing anybody, don't worry about it. Just go right ahead and do it. Whoever you do it to should kiss you for doing it. Oh, the soldiers just love the shrapnel and the tanks and the bayonets.
The soldiers love the shrapnel and the tanks and the bayonets.
And the dum-dums that let them play shuffleboard all the time and drink beer.
Whoa! What? Who? Okay. Now, I don't know anything about this goddamn ad. I have no idea if it actually was it seems to me like this was a legitimate attempt to, make the drunk driver feel bad in a public service announcement type of fashion. I just can't believe that someone said, yeah, good idea. This is fantastic. Whew. Stevie says I have so many questions. Yeah, I do too. I would love to sit down with the brainchilds behind that, if that was even possible. That was a very, very odd public service announcement. 100%. Okay, I want to leave you with something that something else. This is like a home movie of mine that I'd like to share with you. This is taken today in my backyard. And, okay, like every old fuck, you feed the birds. So I got this bird feeder, and there's a camera on it. I talked about it before. It's called the Bird Buddy, and Pooh Bear loves it. And we've had a little bit of difficulty keeping the squirrels out. Now, when we started the yard to be birders, there were no squirrels. And now today, I swear to God, there was, count them, 6 squirrels that were in the yard at one point. And the one is in the bird feeder, and he's so into eating the nuts, the sunflower seeds, that he doesn't even mind that he's so bold about it. He's not scared by me. So they're all very fat. They're all very rude, and they eat everyone's food. Ladies and gentlemen, I even have a name. Let's welcome in the Zaniacs. See that one right there? This one is named Kate Creer. Okay? Now, in the feeder is Jessica. And doesn't even give a fuck that I am there. And you may be thinking, well, maybe Jessica is just too into the food and doesn't know that you're there, easy. But that is not the case at all, because as she she can see me with that fucking eye, and she's like, fuck you, I'm eating. And you know what else she does? There'll be 5 more underneath the feeder, and they're just waiting because she's knocking all the food out of the feeder down to Andrea, Melinda, Jason Schaefer, Dean, and Nick. So these fat fucking rude squirrels are doing this to the bird feeder, Pooh Bear's bird feeder, causing all sorts of trouble. This asshole squirrel does not even give a shit. What a dick. What a dick. And then finally he's like, all right, I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. I've had it. I'm ready to move on. Birds are chirping. Hey, I think I'll run away. What a dick.
Thanks for cleaning it out. Dicks.
Everywhere. I even have a baffle on there to keep him off of it. And I think I have it figured out as to what he's doing to get on the thing. So there's got to be some more changes in order to make it happen. Now, my neighbor, the Hallelujahs, he kills them. Last year, he wiped out the entire squirrel population in the whole cul-de-sac. He'd set up a bucket with a walk the plank thing on it, and he filled it full of poison and antifreeze or whatever, and then all the squirrels were in it dead, and he'd carry this bucket full of dead squirrels and just dump it and the poison into the garbage can. I'm like, you fucking dick. You can't do that. Anyway. Nick is a hilljack, as you know. Nick in the arena. The idea that he would eat those. He would shoot them and eat them. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? What a fuck. Leave them alone. I'll just sit. You know what? I'll just take it. I'll just be mad at them. We don't need to kill the squirrels, asshole. As usual, you were an amazing audience. Thank you so much for being part of the podcast. Till next time, have a good one. Have a great weekend, folks. I'll talk to you this weekend on Big 101.3. And that's right, it'll be on the radio 6 p.m. on into the late night, Saturday and Sunday. Thanks so much. Talk to you next time. Bye-bye.